of school administrators and teachers in recent times are resulting in many of them reluctance to institute disciplinary action against students who commit wrongs. Executive Director of the Institute for Education Studies, Peter Enti, says, while protecting students against molestation and abuse is paramount, the Ghana Education Service needs to empower teachers to play active roles in students' discipline and character development. He was speaking on the AM show.
It's a little challenge in the senior high schools, and we engage these teachers a lot. And one of the things we have come to learn is that the teachers now they apply this thing they call teach and leave. Teach and leave, meaning that whatever happens within the school system, which has got nothing to do with the teacher's classroom instruction, or that will prevent him from undertaking his duty as a teacher in the school, the teacher does not want to be involved in. And that is simply because along the line, we saw some of the teachers going overboard with carrying out these punishments that are supposed to be meted out to the students. And because of that, Ghana Education Service and the requisite institutions came in and punished these teachers. Now, in the event of communicating to the general public and the students that teachers have a limit to which they can carry out these punishments, I think the communication went bad. And what the general public and the students picked was that teachers cannot do or cannot instill discipline in our students. Now, because of that, parents whose students have gone through certain kinds of punishment have come out to even sometimes condemn these teachers. The Ghana Education Service itself, sometimes when teachers have gone overboard, have come out to punish these teachers. And these have sought to reduce the mandate of the teacher in instilling discipline to the student. And that is why in most of these campuses, teachers will not want to talk about student issues when it comes to they going overboard or they showing signs of indiscipline. And that is why we are suggesting that we should, as a matter of urgency, look at our whole disciplinary issue or framework in our senior high schools, because it is important, and make it clear that the teacher still holds the key to ensure discipline in our schools. We should make it clear that the teachers still, we should make it very clear, and I have to repeat this point, that we should make it clear that the teacher is still mandated to instill discipline in the child, not in a way that will physically harm the student or psychologically harm the student, but in a way that will reform the students in a positive light. I think that's a conversation that we need to have. And if you're able to do this well, I'm hoping that going forward, we'll be able to get students that are well trained and fit into the society that we are living in.
Now, the intervention of President Akufo-Addo and the dismissed 14 students in some senior high schools mean they can continue sitting for the rest of the papers in the ongoing WASI. And in the discussions, Mr. Enti and the Executive Director of Child Rights International said the intervention was in the right direction.
Carefully gone through the letter, and I feel that all that the president did is to ask his appointee to have engagement with a statutory body to see how best they can deal with the matter. So from that point of view, I think that it is not like the president is seeking to usurp the powers of Ghana Education Service, but rather to make appeal to Ghana Education Service to reconsider the decision that they've taken. And the president also went further to say that, at least from his point of view, he thinks that the dismissal is enough punishment to serve as a deterrent. So clearly there are issues that the president raised. But even on the issue of dismissal being used as a means of punishing them, I personally have some issues with it. But at the end of the day, what we seek to achieve has to do with the fact that the student will be given the opportunity to write their exams, because from our point of view, we don't think that Ghana Education Service do have the power to deny children the right to write the exams. And the statement of the president and also that of the NAT and other organizations point to the fact that that decision was harsh. For that matter, they have to soften it, and they have listened. And I know Sunday a lot of discussions went on, so I'm hoping that this morning the students will have the opportunity to write their exams.
Now, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital has suspended 2 of its staff for engaging in what it describes as administrative malpractices. Hospital authorities